Hi and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben and this is my review for Netflix's original document series. I guess it's a limited docu-series called Trial 4. Charged as a teen in 1993, killing of a Boston cop, Sean K.E. Ellis fights to prove his innocence while exposing police corruption and systemic racism. It seems like Netflix like doing this type of storyline. It's obviously very popular to do these storylines, which is why they do it. But I think this is a story that needs to be told. These stories need to be told consistently until, I guess, things change. It's obviously very biased, this directive, because whoever puts this together, whatever you're creating, especially when it comes to docuseries, you're going to be biased to your point of view. But for the most part, it does seem like they've gathered all the evidence. They've gathered as many people as they could that were involved and interviewed them. It's interesting that at the end of, I think it's episode 8, that there were a number of people that they listed that refused to be interviewed. So obviously those people had stuff to say, but they were didn't want to because it wouldn't put them in a good limelight. And that's what this series really does. It highlights the corruption of particularly the Boston police that happened with this case. And they still to this day are saying that even though there were a number of police officers that were involved, this doesn't relate to the case at hand, and this person was still guilty. So even though you get a fruition and you feel somewhat happy, I guess it's this whole kind of injustice. And I think if you're highly affected by injustice, this is going to be a tough one for you to watch, especially as it's 8 episodes. I think the consensus about this docuseries is that it's well put together, but it's extremely long. 8 episodes is too long. You could have told your story in 4 episodes without dragging along each kind of twist and turn. And there are a lot of twists and turns because there's a lot of political injustice. There's a lot of injustice at the highest points of order, which is meant to be protecting the public. And it is quite shocking to see how many people were involved in making wrong decisions, in evidence that just suddenly goes disappears. You know, it's that sort of storyline. And if you were watching a fictional story, you could believe it and you'd be upset, but you'd be like, yeah, okay, well written. But because it's fact, it has so much more impact. And you still feel at the end like, okay, they're glad that he got justice, kind of, but they're still saying, and this happens so much. Now, they're still saying this, they're still saying that. This happens consistently. And so this is just a snapshot of one case. But if you look at the amount of cases that they're talking about, even in here, that of people being unjustly jailed, or just because you look like a certain person or have that skin color, and you are at that place at the time where something happened, we're going to take you and put you in jail. And just because you happen to be there and one time you went into that shop, which might be why you had your fingerprints in that shop, or you know, that is the sort of evidence that they say is 99% accurate, and that's what happens consistently. And they showcase that. It's quite shocking to watch. But I mean, at this point, are any of us still shocked at what goes on? I don't think so. But these stories will continue to come out until things change. So I think if you are easily affected, probably want to give this one a miss. But if you feel like you need to watch something like this and you enjoy Netflix original docuseries, then you're going to enjoy this. It's well put together. It's well presented. It does feel like it has some bias at times because it's definitely leaning one way, and I feel like it should be, and it's easy to lean that way. But I do think had they gone and interviewed non-biasedly the other side more, things might have been shown in a different light, and then it would feel balanced, and then they could come to their own conclusion. This definitely leans with the way, I mean, if I was directing this, I definitely would have gone on one way as well, because I just hate injustice. So chat to me in the comments below. Let me know what you thought about this whole case. Did you like the way it was put together? Did you think it was maybe too long? I think that is the general consensus of what people are saying. 4 episodes probably would have sufficed. We had a similar one recently on Netflix that was also 4 episodes, and that was one of the best I've ever seen. So yeah, gonna give this a B. Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.